Hello there, and welcome to Dr. T. For today, October the 16th, we are coming at you with an ultra-fast, high-speed, very awesome video. Okay, not really. Oh. So yeah, as you can see, even at double speed, because right now what you're watching is double speed, those tanks, they take a while to come up there. And I flared them up there because I knew they'd take a while, but I dropped the critters because you could actually let your tanks follow along where those critters went, and it'd be awesome. You'll blow up the HQ, you'll get a nice easy win on stage 1. Move on to stage 2. Same sort of deal. I'm kind of dropping a flare, running up there, but if you drop where I put my critters over there in the right-hand side, your tanks will naturally run around, and then when they get to about that point, right where my critters and my tanks kind of crossed, then you want to flare your tanks up to where I flared mine. Now, fortunately, most of my critters went down south, and I blew them up, but there is a boom cannon that's right there, and you're going to have to blow up that boom cannon. The good news is, because you've gotten all that free GBE, it shouldn't be that much of a that difficult and not much of a challenge. Anyways, it only has 3.5k. That's like 3 artilleries at level 6 armory or something ridiculously low. I don't know. I'm not gonna do the math, but you get the idea. All right. Moving on to stage 3. Again, stage 3, like a really nice, easy level. If you normally do 2, and now here's the thing. Caveat to that. Really nice, easy, low level if you have tanks. Actually, you know what? Even Zookas, I think, would have a pretty good time. Because with Zookas, you could blow up the mortar over there, and then your Zookas would stay out of range. See, there are these 2 really ultra high level flamethrowers, but if you have Zookas only and or tanks only, the flamethrower can't really reach you, and you don't have to worry about it. And then you just dump yourself up here. If you're using Zookas, obviously, watch out for the mines. Come on, like seriously now. But yeah, drop yourself up here. You're out of range of everything, and you can just shoot away at that HQ. And honestly, because the HQ has 313,000 hit points, all Zooka, if you're ultra low level, is probably the way to go. Let's be honest. Alright. Stage 4 now. Again, stage 4, like, because recently stage 4 has been the stage where shiz gets a little cray-cray. And, this time stage 4 is actually pretty decent. There is some pretty intense boost going on here, I'm not gonna lie to you. You know, the damage and the health, well, the health is almost 100, so you're almost doubling the hit points of everything. But it's not horribly scary. Like, as you can see, my poor tanks here end up getting hurt quite a bit. Like, they start getting low on the HP, but if you have a full complement, it'll kind of spread the damage around and prevent any one tank from getting too low. And if you've got a couple of medics rolling around behind the tanks, it should not be an issue whatsoever. And then obviously one shock can take out this whole block of defenses around the HQ, but I'm going a little above and beyond just because I want to throw my critters to speed this up and move on to the next stage. And yeah, throwing a few medkits just because I've got the extra GBE, why not? Alright, stage 5. Again, surprisingly easy level in comparison to 5s of the last little bit. A little bit of GBE at the beginning to take out the shock launcher and the boom cannon, and I decided, you know, let's because I'm going Grenk today, let's try Grenking from 5. So, like, you know, 1 boat of each instead of doing 2 boats of tanks or what have you. And it kind of worked. I think it worked out at least good enough. Especially because with the minefield that's kind of set up in front of the HQ, I feel like the Grenadiers really helped kind of pull that together, or maybe more accurately, pull it apart. And then once everything is set up right down where that minefield was, it's now cleared out and obviously gone. it's just a matter of time. You're gonna sit here for a long time because the HQ has 260-ish thousand hit points, but aside from the 2 rocket launchers, not that much can hit you. And what's really nice is if you did land with Grens and you're doing Grenks as well, you're gonna have a mountain of GBE, so you can make a crazy little, I guess, artillery rush, barrage rush, ultra barrage, super barrage. I don't know what you'd call that. Anyways, you can shoot lots and lots of barrages. So stage 6, 518,000 hit points on the HQ, which for a stage 6, I feel like that's a little on the high side. Kind of like they were like working away on it and they were like, yeah, that's a perfect 7. Cool. And then they sent the email off to, you know, the CET, Chief Executive DT, Dr. T. I was gonna say Chief Executive Terrorizer, but we're not allowed calling it terror anymore. So, anyways, dropping the Grens just because I wanted to have some fun, and then hammering the fast forward because they kind of hang out here with this like field of machine guns and flamethrowers. The Grens really get to open up and just start tossing damage all over the joint. It's quite a sight to witness, I guess. They just kind of like start bombing the crud out of everything, which I personally really enjoy watching. I don't know, maybe I'm just weird like that. Maybe it's Maybelline. So once the Grens are able to use their ridiculous overthrow range to take out the boom cannon, I kind of ram everything down into the bottom left hand and drop my tanks because they're going to be the bullet barriers? I don't know. Bullet sponges? I think, yeah, bullet sponges we'll go with. They're not really sponging, but... Yeah. Anyways, and then once everything is kind of all down and ready to go, up the left-hand side, just to take out the last couple of defenses. I'm pretty sure I could have probably done this all Gren, but I'm not gonna lie, with 500k on the HQ, I was kind of like, if I go all Gren, I'm probably not gonna make it through. Like, I don't know if I'd have the DPS to actually pull that off. And that's alright. That's okay. We'll come back and we'll Gren Dr. T another day. I don't know. I just like to rhyme. There's no reason. So a barrage on the boom cannon behind the HQ because I completely missed that and wasn't paying attention. I'm probably pretty... I could have, I think, just shocked it and been like, haha, shock boom cannon, and the Grens would have naturally just kind of blown it down. But I didn't want to risk it, and I didn't want to waste further time. And as you can see, I'm down to 19 seconds. So that took me almost the full 4 minutes that you're allotted, which that's freaking insane. Like, come on. But that's okay. Stage 7 dropping in. And granted, like, yes, it did take a lot of time, but it wasn't difficult. It wasn't like there was anything crazy going on. It's not like we had to use any mad strategies or anything. It's just there were lots and lots of hit points. So if you excuse me, if you're having problems with 6, boost your damage statue and wham, suddenly you've got 6 down. Like, just like that. It's that easy. I'm just saying. And I strongly suggest that you do that. And the reason that I strongly suggest this is Stage 7 today is a frickin' breeze. So, very similar layout. The HQ is over on the left-hand side. There's a couple of boom cannons kind of floating around. And that's it. That is all this level has. So, again, dropping the tanks and the Grens on the left-hand side, just letting the Grenadiers kind of blow things up as they work their way through the nice tightly packed defenses, just maximizing that AoE. And admittedly, I was kind of sloppy down on the cannon. I was just like, whatever, let the Grens go in there. And I did lose pretty much all of my Grens down there because I was being a Dorcas Malorcas. But if you were making an effort to not be a goofball like that and just screw around, because one of the big things is I didn't want to use any GBE just to be like, look, even if you have lower level troops, look how much GBE I have. You could spend all that GBE to help your attack and probably plow through pretty easily on this stage 7. Just to kind of emphasize the easiness of the 7. But anyways, I could have done a lot of stuff to avoid losing the Grens, but I just didn't care to. If that makes sense. I don't know. It's hard to explain. Anyways, hopefully this has been helpful. Hopefully this has been entertaining. And most importantly, hopefully you guys have a fantastic day. Oh, and also, of course, thank you very much for watching. And good luck bringing the Grens or Grenks on Dr. T.